Hello Chads and Stacies. Week 19 of 2025 in the crypto markets. Bitcoin opened with a bullish engulfing bar and then continued up until it reached resistance at 95,000. Like yesterday, it bounced back down from there and stopped at 940,400. A hammer-looking bar appeared, but it was denied by a bearish outside bar. Price bounced from 94,000 and went all the way to the 95,000 resistance, then went down again. Look at that perfect hammer. It's hammer time. Price obeyed the hammer and went up, breaking the 95,000 resistance. Real Chads took quick profits. Their price went down once again, but stopped with a doji near 940,400. 940,400 is a support to pay attention in the next few days. Bitcoin stayed inside the 94800-94400 channel for a while, and then broke support with a small candle. A few bars later it also broke the yesterday's low, 94,000, but immediately bear trapped those who went too early. The next bar broke 94400, and the next two bars stayed again inside the 94800-94400 channel. Price broke with a strong candle, stopping at yesterday's high, went down again, now to the previous resistance. It formed a doji thingamajig. Now, if you're a savvy Stacy or Chad, you knew it was time to go long, and price shot up beautifully, and went all the way to 970,500. Wait, is that a shooting star? Yes, and a signal to close the trade. Price went down and ended the day with a hammer. Bitcoin stayed in the 96,500 support area, and then jumped to 97,100 and stayed there for a while. A doji followed by a shooting star looking candle. This signaling a fall back to 96,500 support. 3 candles later it goes down there, and price doesn't really want to break it. A strong bullish candle appears. A bear trap. Another bullish candle breaks 97,100 slightly. 2 candles later this broken resistance is tested. Remember, a strong resistance may become a new support. So, at that moment you may ask yourself the following question. Am I a Chad or a Stacy? If yes, then you opened a long position here. If not, then you just watched as the market runs away from you. This next candle is a shooting star, but if you're not scared, you held your position, doubling your profits. Bitcoin's price stayed inside yesterday's last candle, and then broke upwards briefly. A doji doohickey appeared, and price went back down to previous resistance. Another doji formed at this new support. An almost doji with longer upper wick appeared. This could mean bulls want to keep the push upwards. However, looking at the overall market trend, you put a stop buy order above the 99850 resistance. Like a true Stacy/Chad. And price takes off and goes above the 100k level. The last time Bitcoin went above that was in February. Price stayed locked in the 101,400 resistance. And then another doohickey appeared, showing that this resistance may break as well. And price broke again with a huge candle. Next a shooting star appeared, suggesting bulls taking profit. And Chad/Stacy traders close there too. Price couldn't go far up, and closed the day in this same region. Bitcoin went slowly up until it broke the highest close of the day before. The candle has a huge upper wick, suggesting a high bearish pressure, and price went down to 102,400. This level may be the support of the day. Price closed on 102,900, producing a doji. Then price meandered a bit until it went up to 103,650. This may be resistance of the day, and price got blocked. It went down and touched 102,400 before closing up. Now, if you entered on the resistance or support, you just got whipsawed. When markets are stuck like that, be a Chad/Stacy and don't trade. And price action stayed inside that range for the rest of the day. Bitcoin broke yesterday's minor resistance of 103,225 and then pushed even higher to 103,800, but price got pushed down. Look at this hammer. I'm kidding. It's a fake hammer, so ignore it. And then it got boring for a few hours until price was pushed down to previous resistance. Now that's getting interesting. Price reacted, but it was quickly pushed down again. The next candle is a doji. Now, the biggest question is, am I a Chad or a Stacy? Hopefully, you answered yes, and that means you took notice how this previous resistance now became a support, which means it's time to go long. The next two candles were dojis as well, and then, like magic, price went up. Bears reacted, but with a tiny candle, but bulls were not having any of it, and price shot up like a rocket. Chad/Stacy's took profit here, and took the rest of the day off, as bears pushed price back down to 103,765. Bitcoin opened with a fake shooting star, and price went down and formed a doji thingy. Then a huge bearish candle appeared. Is price going to break yesterday's support? Nope, a huge bullish candle formed. Followed another huge one, a third bull candle, but with a smaller body, and then price jumped more than $100, creating a window, which produced a doohickey. Look at that, a shooting star. Chad/Stacy's went for a quick short right here. Price went down hard, and they closed right there. A smaller bull candle appeared, followed by a doji with a massive upper wick. Now you know why Chad/Stacy's closed their trades. The red candle with a large lower wick was formed, and it's time to put the support of the day, a thingamajig, followed by a huge candle, was the reaction to the support. Price went slowly down, and would you look at that, it's hammer time, and you got cut hard by a huge bear candle. You can't be a winner on every trade. Price went up again, to a defined resistance. Price went down hard again to support, and stayed there.